Pete, do they have this in Perth? Like Nespresso Apple Genius bars?
Yeah. Well, in the Perth CBD, they've got one where you go in and you like, hi. Like, we just want to go buy a fucking, refill or whatever. And they make us try coffee before we can buy our coffee.
I was like, yep, tastes like coffee.
Yeah,
I just want to shop. I don't want an experience. Thank you. I get enough.
I don't want an experience.
I get enough experiences everywhere in my fucking day. It's like even the people that work behind the counter, they have to talk in a script, and I'm like, I don't care. Is your name really Chandler? That's so fascinating.
Was the assigned one that the demographic said that people respond to best when buying coffee?
Did you choose your shirt, or did they give you it like one size too small? It's just. I'm really glad you work out at Fitness First. Now give me my fucking coffee. I'm not here for an experience.
Bazinga Boys are here to speak all of their thoughts on the Big Mac theory. Rob has an opinion, Vaughn has an opinion, Pete probably has one too. But most of all, Rob has an opinion.
Pete, you just made me do something that my girlfriend's only ever made me do, which is laugh so hard that I farted. Okay, let's get this underway. Whoa! Welcome to the Bigger Bazinga Boys! My name is Vaughn. Who are you guys?
I'm Rob. Pete, who are you, Pete?
I'm Pete. I'm a Bazinga boy.
That's good to hear. I'm glad I'm with both of you Bazinga Boys here on the Bazinga Boys podcast. We're back to R-rated Bazinga Boys. Last week, we had a kid-friendly episode. If you ask me, we got a bit too kid-friendly. When Connor came along, Connor was great. But speaking of Connor, let's get right away to this. Connor fucking bamboozled us and basically created a competition which had no bad repercussions for him. It was just serving out punishment for us. What happened, Rob?
So, Connor created this great game called Weinstein or Hollowitz, which I'd argue is one of the probably best segments that we've had. He gave us two quotes. One was Howard Hollowitz and one was Harvey Weinstein. And we had to guess which one was which. Both Vaughn and Pete guessed the wrong answers, so their punishment is to post a picture of Harvey Weinstein without any context on their wall, and my winning prize, which is still fucking shit, is I have to post a picture of Howard on my wall without context.
It was a really devious game of no winners.
There's no winner. I'm definitely the less loser, but there's definitely no winners.
So you guys ready to post your posts? And we'll be checking in at the end of the episode to see what response we got. Ready to go.
Yeah.
Post.
All right. Vaughn, I feel like Vaughn cheated. I don't know.
Man.
How did I cheat, Rob? What are you talking about?
We were talking about the specific Harvey, and you've gone... So Vaughn's put up a picture of someone, says great-granddad Harvey, and it's 1889 to 1945. So obviously it's not the Harvey Weinstein we're talking about.
What? No. Well, you've got it wrong there. That is Harvey Weinstein as a child. It's a picture of him. I haven't broken the rules. I just put some text over the top, and then I put the birth and death of Hitler. I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it.
What did Rob have?
See, I can't cheat on mine. That's the problem.
I didn't cheat. I don't know what you're on about. Rob posted a picture of Hollowitz with a mustache and in a cowboy outfit. It's just a horrible picture of Hollowitz. No responses yet. Pete, I'm still waiting on yours. Rob just posted a comment on my photo saying, "Wait, is that Harvey Weinstein?" Good work, Rob. Fair play. I'll give you that one. Okay, so Pete has posted a very low res fucking JPEG pixelated photo of Harvey Weinstein as a child, I'm guessing. So I pretty much took the exact same thing that I did, except didn't have the funny Hitler reference. At least mine wasn't pixelated out of fuck.
I think it's funnier though. I think it's like it's more hiding.
I can't wait for people to be like, "Wow, you were such a sweet child, Pete."
Can I just ask one question, please? So we're probably going to edit it all out so it's a bit smoother. But Rob and I post our photos and they're uploaded within seconds. Pete took like a good 5 minutes to upload. The lowest res, smallest size, most JPEG pixelated photo I've ever seen in my life. Why?
I think it was so small. It was so small. Like I saved the image, right, and I went to upload it, and I think I clicked on it so many times that it created an album with like 6 of those tiny little faces, and then I had to delete each one individually because I didn't want an album full of fucking black and white 1950s photos of kids on my Facebook.
It's not the kids-friendly episode anymore, Pete. Get over it. Anyway, this week on the Bazinga Boys podcast, we're going to talk about this week's episode. What happened?
Season 2, Episode 5, The Euclid Alternative is the episode we all watched. Quick summary, Sheldon attempts to learn how to drive, and he fails.
Okay. Usually you're pretty good, Pete. This is your worst performance yet. I'm sorry. Because he didn't start to learn how to drive until... Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened in this episode. I got the time codes as well.
Good stuff.
First 2 minutes, Stipples. Then... intro 2 minutes 55 to 6:35. It's almost 4 minutes of Sheldon just being annoying to Penny in a car. 7 minutes 33 to 7:45, annoying Howard on a moped with bad stuntmen. 7:45 to 8:27, annoying Raj in a car, and that is the joke. He's annoying. He's just annoying the other characters. He's just pissing them off. So we've gotten almost to 10 minutes. The episode is 20 minutes long. We have half the show is Sheldon annoying people in cars. Is that a more accurate response?
I have an argument. I have a question about the Stipples thing. I took a good look. 1 minute 40. Penny at the door. I'm going to argue on this one. Was it Stipples or was it just no bra? Because they didn't seem to...
Okay, perfect. This is great. So, I don't want to come off sounding like a weirdo or anything like that. But I like women's nipples. I know that's kind of weird to say.
It's controversial in 2018 to say it, but I like women's nipples.
I know. And you know what? They call us the alt-right podcast for a reason. But I'm just going to come out and say it. I like women's nipples. They really get me going. But Penny's stipples were so blatant in this episode. This was the most blatant they've ever been. I had the subtitles on, and they were knocking the subtitles out the way. They were so ridiculously blatant. But the reason they were definitely stipples is because, and there's a big thing behind this, is as the episode went on, they got softer. And that's what you were seeing, Rob. At the start of the scene, fucking diamonds. But at the end of the scene, I watched this with Krautmeister. She goes, "Oh, the right one's going. It's getting flat." See, and this is what I'm interested in, because I know in Game of Thrones, similar show, they had like contracts for Daenerys' nudity, and she had like she would have getting huge amounts of money for appearing nude in those scenes and doing those topless scenes. Do you think it's stipulated stipulated in her contract anywhere?
Stipulated.
Welcome to the party, Pete.
Do you reckon it's noted anywhere on her contract anything about no bra or stipples? It's an important part of the show.
It's quite a common thing, isn't it? It's like people get their foot in the door and they're like, "Yep, cool. I agree to do whatever. I agree to do like topless scenes, do like weird sex scenes, all the things to get into acting or get into this show."
Yeah, the girls from Two Girls One Cup come to mind, but continue.
Yeah, and then they're like, "No, actually, I want $1 million to do that." And rightly so.
I think as the show goes on, we should see, like, because maybe the stipples will deflate as the series, as she gets more power in her position in this like show that was like ever growing into this huge hit. Maybe she's like, "No, that's it. You're not getting the stips."
Any laughs?
I didn't laugh. You guys, did you laugh?
I had a laugh, but it doesn't count for our laugh count, because what it was
we'll be the judges of that. Thank you very much.
You would definitely be the opening credits came on, and for some reason I just started thinking of Pete's childlike voice singing them, and I had a little giggle to myself.
I don't think we've played them yet. They only appeared on my live video, didn't they?
I don't think we have played the actual song yet. we can chuck it in now.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Then nearly 14 billion years ago, expansion started. Wait, the Earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool. Neanderthals developed tools, we built a wall and a pyramid. Massive science and history, unraveling the mysteries. It all started with a big bang. Hey! Oh, that was good. It was good to relive that.
But yeah, no,
Relive that evening all over again.
I definitely had no laughs through the episode. Something I found interesting is it's our first episode where we've had an Oscar winner on it. Obviously, this was before she'd won an Oscar. Octavia Spencer played the woman at the DMV. She later on went to win an Oscar for The Help and has been nominated for The Shape of Water and Hidden Figures since then. To her credit, her 2 films she had done before this were called Herpes Boy, and it was the other, and the other one was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So she probably wasn't in the best place in her life leading up to this show. But since then, she's grown into something huge. So it's well done, Octavia.
Do you reckon she changed like agencies or something? Vaughn, did you get any laughs? Have we had a laugh from you yet?
No, not. I legitimately, and I know I say this a lot, worst episode ever for me. I watched it once last night and I fell asleep halfway through it, and then I watched it again today and I just got so angry because I could half remember it, and I'm like putting myself through this again. It was terrible. It was
I didn't
so
mind
bad.
this one. I think it wasn't. This is in the more watchable category for me. I know it was just an annoying one note joke with Sheldon, but I still respected kind of Parsons' performance if we want to say something positive about it. Yeah, I don't know. I like where Sheldon's heading, and this may or may not be leading into our bit.
Character arc. He started as annoying, but he's got more annoying as it's gone along. It's a really interesting arc.
He's got more annoying, but he's trying to, like, his character there's room for growth with his character. Like he is actively, even though he needs help, he's actively out there trying to find some sort of like societal norm and trying to like fit in, even whether he wants to or not. Pete.
There was no laughs from me, but I have to say I really enjoyed the scene with Sheldon explaining that he needed to return his Star Wars sheets because they were too stimulating.
Oh my god, that's of course that's what got you.
And didn't they hammer that joke in throughout the episode?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like at the beginning of the episode, it like played out as one of the first scenes before Penny stipples, and I was like, oh, that was some good writing. I enjoy that one. And then they returned to that same joke about 4 times later, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah.
Okay, this is how I imagine you heard that. It was just like Star Wars blankets, and then you was like, yeah, I like Star Wars,
and that's probably why people get off on this show, because they're like, I recognize those words and things that they said. And therefore, I enjoy it.
Did anyone notice Howard's deep V over a skivvy?
I did. The grey thing.
Yes.
I was like, who's that intended for?
That's a good question. So, I got a new segment. But the name of the segment is called Vaughn's Titles. And what it comes from is, I recently watched the movie Hollow Man. Have you seen Hollow Man?
I've seen Hollow Man 1 and 2. Yeah, I've seen both of them.
I've definitely seen the first one. Kevin Bacon in the first one, hey?
Yeah. When's the last time you saw it?
I saw it when it first came out on VHS.
Yeah. Would have been VHS for me as well.
So it would have been a very long time ago. How much do you remember about it?
I remember the scene, like with the at the time incredible CGI graphics of him going invisible, and then him pretty much just harassing women.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't remember that. I was like, oh, it's this movie about this guy who goes invisible, and then stuff happens. I couldn't remember. And as I watched it... He becomes
evil, doesn't he? Doesn't it like affect his mind?
It vaguely says that. Yeah, supposedly the invisibility serum makes him go crazy, but he already had a god complex and all this kind of stuff. But that's not the point. The point is, I watched that movie, and I was like, this movie has the wrong title. This movie shouldn't be called Hollow Man, as some sort of weird thing like, oh, he's hollow inside, but also he's visually hollow. This movie should be called The Invisible Rapist, because that's pretty much just what happens. He gets invisible and he just starts raping people. Yeah. And that's not like a rape joke. It's literally what he does. He becomes invisible, and then he starts like groping some girl's boob in the science office. I mean, facility, science office. And then he goes to some lady's house some neighbor's house and just rapes her. And then he keeps trying to rape another, and he just becomes the invisible rapist. So with that in mind, I was like, that's a way better title for the movie and more accurate. So I thought, because I hate the titles so much in The Big Bang Theory, I'm going to come up with better titles. Because I was looking at some other movies, and I was like, I can come up with better, more accurate titles for that. Like Avengers Infinity War. That should be called Purple Testicle Chin Man and the Magic Confetti Glove. American Pie. How to broadcast child porn and get away with it. That happens in that fucking
the
movie.
Reunion.
Jurassic Park. The Bad Business Venture. So, the new segment is creating better titles for the episodes. And I'm going to try and keep doing this.
Nice.
Because this episode was fucking shit. And a better title. What was the actual title, Pete? Sorry?
So it's the Euclid Alternative.
I don't even know what that means.
Season 2, Episode 5, the Euclid Alternative.
I think this episode should have been called Non-Comedians in Cars Getting Crossy.
I like that one.
Nothing! I got nothing on it! Okay, we got a new segment. It's called Best Debate in the Universe. Rob, do you have a song for this?
I do have a song for this.
Masturbate, 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 over me like a weaver. Masturbate, 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 on Howard's head.
That's pretty good.
On Howard's head.
Oh, man.
I love the alt rock 90s vibe that had behind it. Just after we're talking about like Hollow Man and renting fucking weeklies from Blockbuster.
That was great. So, this segment's called Best Debate in the Universe. You guys wouldn't understand why that's funny. I'm ripping off a podcast that I hate. The name of the podcast is the Best Debate in the Universe.
I understand it. I just didn't find it funny. But you go.
So I'm going to put a vote up on the site, and people will have to go and vote who wins this debate. So the debate topic is, which is the best character in The Big Bang Theory? What character are you representing, Rob?
So I've chosen Sheldon for this debate.
Pete.
I've chosen Howard.
And I've chosen Penny. So who feels like they've got the strongest argument for why their character is the best character for the best debate in the universe?
I think we all feel that way, but I think Pete should go first.
Go, Pete.
Okay, so I chose Howard mainly because Sheldon had already been picked by Rob, and I don't like any of the other characters. I chose him because Howard, I believe, honestly has the best opportunity to grow as a character. He, as has been established, he's got a master's degree. All the other guys have got PhDs. They've peaked. They've hit their limit. He's got some scope.
He's the bottom of the barrel, lowest of the low. He definitely has places
He's the
to
lowest
go.
low. He's got
can't go
we've got
down.
another like 12 years of this shit to get through. So I feel like he's the one with legs. He's also he's also the best worst dressed. So it's almost like, if you remember, sticking with that 90s theme, any of those films where it's just like, she's the ugly girl at school. As soon as she rips off the ponytail and the glasses, it's like, wow, you're hot. Makeover. I feel like he's got that potential. He's already repping like Vans, pretty like rad jeans and shit most episodes, and then he goes and fucks it up with like a Beatles haircut and like
This is a positive.
and a turtleneck. So a few little alterations, and I feel like he could like really come into his own there. So that's ultimately it. Like I feel like he's the best character because we're gonna get the most out of him. And also Rob fucking hates him, so that's always fun.
Oh, that's your best point you made the whole time. That was the best point you made. Rob, what is your points as to why your character is the best character in the universe of The Big Bang Theory?
So I think Sheldon is the best character in the Big Bang universe. For the same reason that that Pete thinks Howard is. I think he's got the most room to grow. I think it's something, and that's something that they've been touching on that. They started that from day one. Like we've learned, like they haven't they haven't discussed whether he has a developmental disability or not, but he definitely shows signs of Asperger's, which is a form of autism. But he does have a high IQ, and he's willing to learn. So he goes through these processes. Obviously, like this week's episode, he was driving, but he was forced into driving. But in previous episodes, he wants to know the social norms. He asks the questions. He's trying to like fit into this world that he doesn't fit into, whether he wants to or not. And I know that might not be much of a funny thing to mention, but I just think with Sheldon, like we've just got so much room there. At times, you might mistake him as being annoying. I think he's just being thorough in his opinion.
That's just another way of saying annoying, you piece of shit.
Oh, what? You guys genuinely like these characters? I think.
Stop breaking the fourth wall, Rob.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if anyone is going to get on my side and make me laugh, I think I'm going to have some feels towards Sheldon. So, Vaughn.
Well, first off, I'm disappointed in both of you. And the first question I have for both of you is, why do you hate women so much?
Because we've been spending so much time with you, mate.
You should hate men more when you hang out with me. So, for the best debate in the universe, the best character is Penny. So, how many little boys and little girls around the world are watching this with their parents and are having their first sexual fantasies because of Penny? Stop sexually repressing people. Now, my whole argument comes from a thought experiment. So let's do this together as a group. You as well, listeners. Let's live in a world where Penny is not in the cast of The Big Bang Theory, and let's just see how the show goes on without her, eh? You gotta replace her stipples with, what? Howard walking around with an erection all the time? Do you really want to see that? With no Penny, there's no love interest for Glasses Man. So, if you want every scene with Glasses Man to be in it, just of him in his room crying while masturbating... Wait, no, that's actually pretty... That would be a great show. I'd watch that. Ignore that point.
You described like... So Howard's just walking around with a hard, like, erection, and then Glasses Man's just jerking off in his room.
So Vaughn's actually the woman hater here, because he's just described a show without Penny that he likes more.
You just fantasized. You just dreamt up this...
Okay, wait, let me, okay, so...
Erotic fan fiction, the return of...
Who is the sex appeal in the episode without Penny if she leaves the show?
Sheldon's eyelids.
Stop ruining me with my own words. Do you really? Okay, so who's going to wear nothing in the show? Like, basically, while everyone else wears clothes, who's going to be scantily clad? Do you really want to see Howard's weird goblin body, barely covered, prancing around? He really does have a weird goblin body. Now... Let's do this thought experiment on your guys, and let's see how the show copes without them in there. Without Howard in there, there's 100% less rape in the show. So if you guys want more rape, if you're campaigning for rape, have at it. I'll let you go for it. Sheldon, without Sheldon in the show, it's 100% less annoying. I don't know how you think he has... Oh, fuck you. You annoy me so much. The writers are actually going to be forced to write humor and not lean on the episode being 100% about Sheldon being annoying. Penny's the lifeblood of the show. You may not consciously see it, but she's the main character of the show. The show literally starts with her entering the building. That's what starts everything. And the show is about her interactions with everyone else. With a rapist, with a Nazi, and a racial stereotype. And even with all that, it doesn't even matter. Because those goddamn stipples is the only redeeming part of the show. Thank you and good night. That's why Penny is the best part of the Big Bang Theory.
That was very good one. What I loved there is you said some very positive things about the Big Bang Theory, which I feel like I could take plenty of little sound bites from and just create this positive thing and put it out there, being like, hey, Vaughn likes the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it just says, Big Bang, best.
Yeah. That is my challenge to you, Rob. Try and get something out of my drunken rambling there that is anyway coherent, because what I said was nowhere even near coherent. And if you can make it coherent somehow, you deserve to make me look like a fool. So, go onto the website. I think I'll post a straw poll somewhere, and people can vote and decide who had the best argument for the best person in the Big Bang Theory. I really think I have this one in the bag.
Hey, so this week we got a message from a listener. Dare we call him a fan? Pete, do you want to tell us a bit more?
Yeah, of course. We got a lovely direct message, or a series of direct messages, from someone who's been listening to us. They actually found us through our fellow, what's the word for them? Our brothers in arms, the Big Bang Theory podcast. We're still waiting for you guys to hit us up. Yeah, so he's given it. So we got a few direct messages, which was really cool. We always love when the fan or fans write into us and critique the show. I've got a series of names. I'm not sure if you guys have seen all of these, but we asked if he wanted a pseudonym for the show if we were ever referencing him. He's given us a list of pseudonyms. There's a couple that I like here. There's Snow Cow, which I think has a nice ring to it. Sven. And also the one that I think he liked the most, which was Supreme Ruler of this podcast.
Of course he'd named himself that. Well...
Yeah, at first I thought just Vaughn created another Facebook account and was just messaging us to try and generate some content.
I had the exact same thought. Yeah, that was my first initial thought.
Okay, well, guys, I can't be bothered doing that. So yeah, he's given himself a whole bunch of nicknames for us to give him. But I thought of a better one because he basically talked to us about our podcast and what he liked and what he didn't like and how he found us. I found it really funny that he found us from us annoying the Big Bang Theory. And he gave us a list of nicknames. I came up with a nickname for him because he told us that we're getting stale as we go on. The show is getting stale. So he's obviously a guy who likes it fresh. Probably likes to eat fresh. So I'm thinking his nickname should be Jared Fogle, like the Subway guy.
The Subway guy.
Yeah, the Subway guy. Let's call him the Subway guy. So the Subway guy messaged us. What did he say, Pete?
I'm not prepared for this one. I don't know where to start, dude. You've clearly put more effort into it. That's what I was saying.
Okay, well,
save this for another day.
Well,
another week.
Okay, he's watched the whole show. He kind of defends it, and then he backs the fuck off and says, "Oh, it makes him angry and tired." He calls us stale. I come up with a new segment every week, but we're stale. And then he gives us a suggestion, and this is exact quote from Subway Guy. In the spirit of your tendency to create competitions with horrible punishments, maybe you could suggest a death pact with the Big Bang Theory podcast, where the first podcast who wants to give up and quit has to watch one more episode and then treat it like Star Wars Minute does, i.e. talking about one watched minute at a time for at least a quarter of an hour. So he feels like we should pitch a competition to the Big Bang Theory. And I want someone I'm going to clip this and I'm going to send this to them. So this is my official invite to the competition with the Big Bang Theory. So I'm going to put my own spin on it. Big Bang Theory. My name's Vaughn. I'm from the Bazinga Boys. I'm coming to you with an offer of a death pact between our podcasts. The rules are simple. The first podcast to kill all the members of the other podcast wins.
It's a battle royale. That's really popular with the kids these days. Fortnite and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really simple. Fucking try and kill the other podcast, literally with daggers and stuff, and you win. I understand it's a bit unfair. They have one less member. They have two. We have three. So to make it fair, here's Rob's home address.
That was funny. It's like it's like, oh well, Bob's in America, so he'll go first.
Yeah.
And then me and Vaughn get a cool like buddy cop like sequel.
Yeah.
Where we travel together to go avenge our friend.
That sounds more entertaining than watching the Big Bang Theory.
There's a montage where we've got a hire car and you're holding the map up the wrong way, and then you turn the map around the right way, and we both laugh about it. with Rob's corpse in the back
we
of the hire
we
car.
killed the wrong podcast. But to get back on track, the Subway guy messaged us, and it was a really sweet message, and he called us creatively funny. If anyone else wants to send us messages and call us stale and insult us, but then also say lots of nice, sweet stuff as well, just message us on Facebook or go to the Bazinga Boys website. There's comment sections, or even just, I don't know, just send us a postal message.
To be fair, I don't think he insulted us. I think he was being constructive.
Do you guys have any more seggies or anything else to say?
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, no. Before we go, I've got a Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
And I want to leave the show on a cliffhanger. And it's really more of a cliffhanger for you guys, but it's for the listeners as well. And for Subway Guy. Keep touching those kids. So, I have a theory. And have you ever watched like a movie like where it's just like that plot twist where, oh, he's got multiple personalities all along, and they do that big reveal at the end?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's great. Basically, I am going to give you that kind of plot twist right now, which is going to blow your mind. So my Big Bang Theory is that the show, The Big Bang Theory, is actually really good.
And we're the arseholes.
Yeah. Imagine this. So I was watching this episode, like I was watching it in the dark, like a weirdo, and the opening credits came on. And it's really aggressive, harsh credits. It's just images. It's 190 images that flash at you, coming at your face. Now, I have a theory, and we're only going to find out if this is true. We're going to find out next week if this is 100% true or 100% false. And you guys have to go along with this with me. What if we're not actually watching the show? After the opening sequence of credits, we're just having an epileptic fit, and that's what we think the show is for the next 20 minutes.
We're all having a shared like brain spasm.
Exactly.
We're all projecting and generating the episode as we talk about it to each other. And then Sheldon was annoying. I know he was annoying, right? I too thought it was annoying. You like how I did 3 different voices just there?
Don't dox yourself and give away your side life as a voice actor. You're gonna blow it all for yourself. So, my cliffhanger for this week is next week we watch The Big Bang Theory as normal. However, we don't watch the intro segment.
Okay.
We skip that. Don't have a seizure. Watch the episode because it doesn't make sense that this is a worldwide phenomenon. It's a big hit. Everyone's loving it. What is the studio audience seeing and laughing up a storm about? What are they seeing what we're not seeing? No, you're looking at wrong. What are we seeing what they're not seeing? And it's that intro screen. They're not having seizures. They're watching a great show while we're busy convulsing on the floor. And anyone who watched it with you watched that intro too, and they're convulsing with you, and you're having a shared experience on the floor. So next week, we find out exactly if this is a good show or not, and we skip the title sequence. I've been Vaughn. This has been the Bazinga Boys. I love you all. Bye!
Rob here. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Bazinga Boys. Just a reminder to head out to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Bazinga Boys, to vote for your favorite character based on the debate that happened today. Obviously, in first place, it's Sheldon, so vote for me. Second, to maybe vote for Howard in second place. Basically, whatever you do, don't vote for Vaughn and Penny. I know I was just hired to edit this episode this evening, but I'm going to do what a certain president does, and that's campaign when I shouldn't be. So yeah, vote for me. If you'd like to see more Bazinga Boys related content, hit up our website. It's bazingaboys.com, or interact with us on Twitter. Why not? Twitter.com/Bazinga_boys. And just like Subway Man, get in touch with us, and we'll get in touch with you. We might even have some prizes for you to win. We probably don't. Sally, send us your address. We still haven't got the real address, so we've got a t-shirt folder taking up space where it shouldn't be. All right, see you next time.